Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Whiskey Wednesday Show with your hosts Ken Tizzard and Music for Goats. Brought to you in full color and stereo sound amplification provided by Trainer. Broadcasting into the world from Storyhouse Studios in Campbellford, Ontario, you'll hear the best of old country, folk, Americana, punk rock, and 80s music delivered into your homes every week for free. And don't forget your regular dose of new and original songs from Music for Goats. Never be alone on a Wednesday night again, 8 p.m. Eastern and 9:30 for those of you in Newfoundland. Join the Whiskey Wednesday regulars on Facebook to be a part of the conversation, or watch on YouTube as well. Pour a drink, a cup of tea, or a nice cold long tooth. Roll up your best smoke and sit back and relax. Don't forget to hit the share button to help spread the word. The Whiskey Wednesday Show, every week. Cheers.
Look at that. There I am, looking up at me on the screen. Interesting. Welcome to the Whiskey Wednesday Show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ken Tizzard. I am here with Music for Goats tonight. We are here in our entirety. Barry is sitting over there as well, doing all of his work on the trackball and the switcher and the mixing board and everything else that he's got to do over there. There we all are. Oh, that DOA cover looks fantastic behind me, doesn't it? That's just great. Yeah, what's new? I don't know.
I thought it was a snowflake, but then that's my eye. I guess that's just my.
If I blur my eyes, really, yeah, I see that too. Yeah. I'm losing it. I was in our shower is like a big medicine cabinet. There are so many lotions and things in it. I don't know what's what, and I can't read anymore. I don't know what I washed my hair with tonight, but it's just like I'm not quite sure. I know it wasn't toothpaste, but it could have been anything. Yeah, I'm not reading that well.
As long as it was mint flavored, that's.
I just sort of looked at. I picked it up. And I don't know what's what. I just put something in my hair. It's got to help, right? It is the Whiskey Wednesday Show. This is I don't even know what episode it is. It is September, I'm thinking.
It is.
And tonight we've got on the show Eric, who's a new friend of ours, of all of ours in town, actually. And Eric has come to town and opened a store called Spirit Leaf, which is a drugstore of choice. And we were just talking about Eric's last name, Contreras. Contreras. I'm sure there's a much smoother way to say it than that, but it is Contreras.
We're anglicizing it and butchering it, probably.
I'm sure it is. It's probably got some beautiful sound. It sounds like a bird or something. There's nothing like Contreras. But
like doves, actually.
Like doves. Yeah, there you go. Well, Eric is going to be on the show tonight. You'll get to meet him and see the store. We've got a bunch of stuff. Things that I learned this week. Duran Duran are back on tour.
Ooh,
But I don't think it's the 4 originals. I think it's just 2 of them.
Really?
There's 2 of them still look the same. The other 2, I'm not sure who they are.
So it's just Duran.
It's Duran.
It's Duran.
It's Duran, exactly, yeah. It's Duran. Dwayne Gretzky is actually a fantastic band. When I heard that we did the Creekside Music Festival, which is a beautiful, beautiful spot up on
Highway 28.
Highway 28 up by Eel Lake?
Eels Creek.
Eels Creek.
Yes.
Just a gorgeous spot, and the PA and the lighting they bring in there, real pro show they've got going up there. If you're looking for a good summer festival, check out Creekside. And the Island Brothers were playing there, so I went up to play some bass with them. And Dwayne Gretzky was on, and when we pulled into the parking lot, we pulled in the parking lot, and the window was down. I said, "Oh, I love this song." I went, "This doesn't quite sound like the original, but it's all there." And Dylan turned to me and said, "No, this is Dwayne Gretzky." And I said, "No, this is Tears for Fears. Like Everybody Wants to Rule the World, like with horns and keyboards and backup singers and everything." He said, "Yeah, no, this is Dwayne Gretzky." Oh man, Paul Simon. I mean, they played everything. They played all these crazy hits. Great band, like a real pro touring cover band. Really nice to see. Really nice to see. That was a lot of fun. And the crowd at Creekside were fantastic. So that was kind of the week for me, which was fun. We got a lot of great stuff coming up this show. We're going to start with a Ron Hines song. This is a song titled "My Father's Ghost." It is one of the more narrative of Ron's tunes, and I actually think it's one of the most sort of beautiful narrative tunes that he's written. And it goes just like this, ladies and gentlemen. He was sitting on the stairway, my heart filled up with dread. His hands were clenched, his clothes were drenched. I knew that he was dead, and I turned away a moment. When I looked back, he was gone. And I went and I woke my mother. I said, Mother, something's wrong. Something's wrong. He was here before a moment. Those were the words she spoke. I thought that I was dreaming, but it was an hour ago I woke. And I swear I heard him call my name in a horrid grinding sound. I fear he's lost his way, his ship has run aground. Go down and wake your brother and your baby sister too. Say nothing now of what's occurred, but say I have things to do. There's a shortwave radio up the cove for ship to shore distress. Go down and get some breakfast, and I'll get up and get dressed. Dawn was fairly breaking as she headed down the path where the waters crashed across the rocks with all its rage and wrath. But her heart had gone to ashes and the ice chewed through her bones, and her footsteps fell like granite as she came back home alone. She stood inside the doorway as she turned towards the cove. She took down the blessed crucifix as she burned in the stove. And we all stood in the kitchen like travelers in the rain, waiting on some distant platform to board some lonely train. Well, that was 60 years ago, and my mother's in the ground. My brother and sister moved away and left me the house and the land. And we sell our socks and sweaters to the tourists from away. There's a monthly old age pension, and it keeps the wolf at bay. And I count the days. And when the night comes stealing, he drifts in on the mist. He sits quietly there in his rocking chair so he won't disturb my rest. And when I wake with morning light, he's gone to sea once more. I go downstairs and light the stove, mop salt water from the floor. I mop salt water from the floor. Oh, a little Ron Hines ghost story if you ought to all start the night. Welcome to the show for the regulars. For those of you who might be tuning in for the first time, welcome to the show. Sit back, chill out, relax. This is Whiskey Wednesday. It started during COVID as a thing to help people, sort of chill and escape for an hour during the week. And it's turned into a regular thing now. And we play music and we tell stories, and I pass out lots of information. Most of it's lies. Let me see who's here. There is a message board. Most people hang out on the Facebook page /Ken Tizzard Music. That's where most of the chatters hang out, but I appreciate those you watching on YouTube as well. That helps from the YouTube's point of view. Hello, Aunt Betty. How are you? I hope you are doing wonderfully back home. Debbie Parson, James, good to see you. Eric from Spirit Leaf, nice to see you, brother. I'll be seeing you very shortly. One Frost Away, yes, Richard, we do have that on the set tonight. Steve Astafolo, nice to see you. Jeannie, Derek, Deb, oh, we got the whole gang here. Mike, nice to see you, buddy. Your back is sore. Oh, well, we played Way to the World last week for you, I think, but let's see how the night goes there. Okay, so it looks like we've got a good crowd here tonight. Lisa, Anthony, nice to see you. Nice to see you. So thanks for tuning in. It's going to be a fun night. We got lots to get through. How about a little country tune for you right now? We got Pain Free Living coming out next week. That's the new video. I don't know what's happening with this mic stand. I got to get this one sorted. It's like some sort of weird erectile dysfunction, but anyways, we'll see if I can. I'm gonna have to buy a new one of these goosenecks.
Were it all that easy?
I know. They don't have some kind of a spray, like a Viagra spray, do they? Try that.
Cindy used to tell Wode, just stroke it. She can get away with that, being a girl.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that line either. We'll be political. No comment. How's that?
This is a song called On Your Mind, and it goes just like this. When you're drunk and you got no place to go, and you don't want the sleep to bring tomorrow, I'm not too hard to find, so if you feel inclined, it's alright sometimes. You find me on your mind. When you've had enough and you're feeling all alone, just you and the echoes in your home. Reach out and call. Well, it won't hurt me at all to know that sometimes you find me on your mind. Now, boys. Many miles apart, trying to make a brand new start. It's not been easy, but I'm still doing fine. I'm thinking about you and I'm still on your mind. When you're lonely, feeling restless late at night, and you find you just keep doing what ain't right, feel free to think of me. It hits me in degrees to know that sometimes you find me on your mind. Many miles apart, trying to make a brand new start. It's not been easy, but I'm still doing fine. I'm thinking about you and I'm still on your mind. Well, it's nice to be back out on a Wednesday night. How you doing this week, Neil?
Pretty good, I think.
That's good.
Yeah, no complaints.
What's been going on?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Sounds about
Some
right.
Gardening.
You did a lot of gardening this week.
I did a fair bit.
Yeah, anybody who drives by my house will be able to attend to the fact that Neil did a lot of gardening this week. It looks great out there. Mr. Ant, what's up to, what are you doing on the other side of the street?
Tomatoes at every meal. I love them.
Yes, there's a lot of tomatoes. Speaking of which,
Even for
I
breakfast.
think it might have been Rick Burton who left a bag on my porch there. He's been doing that the last
Basement
few
tomato
years.
sandwiches. You know what the real trick is? You fry slices of bacon of tomato in the bacon fat.
Oh,
Just give them a few seconds.
that's the trick.
Yeah, sweetens them right up. Tastes great, and it's really good for your heart.
Yeah. My next one will be just like that.
There you go.
What's going on with you, Dave?
Fall fishing, sir.
Ball fishing.
We're back.
They are. And every now and then you come to mind, and it makes me search for something I can't find, and then it disappears. The pain in all those years, I know that sometimes you find me on your mind. Many miles apart, trying to make a brand new start has not been easy, but I'm still doing fine. I'm thinking about you and I'm still on your mind. I'm thinking about you and I'm still on your mind. I'm thinking about you and I'm still on your mind. There we go.
Yeehaw.
That one's always a little bit of fun.
It is.
It's a good audience tune, actually. Which brings me to a thing. We're doing some shows this weekend. We don't do a lot of live out shows. Shows where we actually stand and like move around and engage with the crowd and stuff. Maybe. You know, the Whiskey Wednesday sitting. I had a musician friend of mine tell
let's
me
not get
recently.
carried away. I think standing's enough.
Standing is enough
right? You know?
for most of us. Yes. I had a musician friend of mine recently say that I had found the dream gig. I get to sit once a week and play music. I thought, yeah, it's kind of true. But we do have some shows. We've got Capers coming up this weekend, and the Hearts and Hooves,
Yep.
and Crow Stock as well, which is Neil's friends and family. Actually, just sort of family and neighbors out around the Crow.
I think it's gone a bit beyond
gone a
that
bit beyond
this year,
about that
kind of
now,
thing.
okay.
Yeah, like word hit the street, and all of a sudden, you know, I'm thinking, like I told you earlier, I think I'm going to have to move it to Yasgur's farm.
Right. Well, you know, it might turn into that, but we won't announce details here tonight.
Good idea.
But that'll be a fun time. We've got a lot of stuff going on. The magazine came out this week, and it came in at a whopping 120 pages, which was incredible. Do we have a picture of it, Barry, the cover? Yeah, Lenny Gallant, Bill Welichka, and Crooks Rapids were the big three main features. But, you know, out of that, there are so many pages in there of stuff that any of the three of them or any of us or anybody along the way might have just mentioned somebody that might spawn a 5-page deep dive for Allison. As you read through this, you'll see all kinds of offshoots into people's lives. She did an entire thing on the Much Music crew, sort of went through and went through all their histories and stuff. It's great. Anyways, she does a wonderful job on that. It's at the website. If you're not, you can sign up for it at the website, and it'll arrive in your mailbox every month, or you can go to the website and download it. KenTizzard.com. You'll be able to get that there. The Whiskey Wednesday Wrap-Up Magazine, which is a hell of a lot of fun. I'm just picking lints off my most linty pants again from Naked and Famous. Out of Montreal, brilliant company. They make beautiful pants, but they magnetize them. I think they wash them in a magnetic
I think they
field.
must, honestly. It's just,
I've never had anything attract lint like this. And you know, if you do reach out to the company, they offer great support as well.
heard that,
I was told try a lint brush.
Yeah,
That was the
yeah.
response I got
Brilliant
from them.
idea. Yes,
Which I
yes,
thought,
indeed.
fuck, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah. Tell ya.
Naked and Famous denim out of Montreal, ladies and gentlemen. Check them out if you want to be covered in lint for the rest of your life. A great pant, though. Great fucking pant. You know, why can't they get the lint thing out of the way?
I also purchased a pair, and I don't think they have the same problem. So maybe it's your magnetic personality.
Maybe it's me.
You know,
Except the
could be
combination
that's
of
what
these
it is.
pants with me is just
Oh,
too
it's
magnetic
just,
for the
just
world.
way over. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Oh my! Is it E flat for the next tune, Mr. Grant? We're gonna do a little Bob Dylan for you all
yes.
here tonight.
That would do fine.
Leave it to Neil to bring that one home. We're gonna play one more song for you, then we're gonna have our special guest for the night, Eric from Spirit Leaf, on. Eric owns part of the franchise of Spirit Leaf, and he doesn't own part of the franchise. He is a franchisee. Is that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe he'll correct all these things in the interview. I can't remember what we talked about because he smoked me a big bowl before we started, and I can't remember anything that happened. No, I'm just kidding. But 1, 2, 1, 2. Hold on. Let's just pick this key again. E flat, right?
Oh, E flat. Sorry. Yes, I knew that.
Yeah, I thought so too.
That sounds better, doesn't
There
it?
we go.
Duh.
1,
So what you get when you buy, when you hire really cheap musicians.
I know.
Pay for what you get.
Exactly.
1, 2, 3. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, baby. If you don't know by now. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, baby. It'll never do no how. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. Don't think twice, it's alright. Ain't no use in calling out my name, girl, like you never done before. Ain't no use in calling out my name, girl. I can't hear you anymore. Thinking and wondering, I'm walking down the road. I once loved a woman, a child I'm told. I gave her my life, but she wanted my soul. Don't think twice, it's alright. Ain't no use in turning on your light, babe, like you never done before. Ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. I can't hear you anymore. I'm thinking and wondering, walking down the road. I once loved a woman, a child I'm told. Well, I gave her my heart, but she wanted my soul. Don't think twice, it's alright. So long, honey, baby. I'm bound, I can't tell. Goodbye is too good a word, babe. So I'll just say fare thee well. I ain't saying you treated me unkind. I could have done better, but I don't mind. You're the reason I'm traveling on. But don't think twice, it's alright. No, don't think twice, it's alright. No, don't think twice, it's alright. Leave it to Mr. Grant to remember the ending. Mr. Grant, the man who forgets nothing.
I know, he's giving me the hairy eyeball.
Was he? Did you catch it?
No, he was giving me the hairy eyeball earlier because I was using my thumb over F.
Oh, yes. There was
And
something
he- and he
happening the whole
looked
beginning of
over
the
there
tune. I
and-
couldn't tell what it
and-
was. That's
and
what it
he-
was.
and
We got to
it
stop.
was like, You're F for sure.
Yeah. No, I was feeling it too. I stopped and I tuned halfway through the song. Like,
I
there's
know, I
something
know.
going wrong. And then I went, It's the
So I
thumb.
then switched to doing a bar F, which it really isn't much better because my hand finger won't
But it was
straighten
in
out
tune
as much
whenever
as
you-
it used to.
but it didn't
However,
switch
this
that tune
one
out.
will work well in his general direction. So
Which with this finger?
This
yeah,
one,
yeah, well,
yeah.
you know, it's, out of tune Fs are really hard. That's the thing. If you're not a proper guitar player, you know, if you don't do this bar chord where you get the perfect sort of F sounds, if you do the thumb over, you can often bend that note. That's a tough one to get around, but yeah, I was wondering what that was too. I'm glad he was giving you the hairy arm.
oh yeah, he was. He
I
was,
couldn't
yeah.
figure
Yeah,
it
I was
out.
thrilled to death that he was personally.
Oh my, communication, it's wonderful. We are going to get into the Spirit Leaf thing. Let me just take a look at my notes here. I need a little desk. Reaching down to the floor is so much hard work. We've got the video premiere coming next week. That's pretty cool. The video premiere happens on Monday. It's going to be shown exclusively on Monday on the Americana Highways website, which it's all up in my Facebook and stuff. You can find the link. And as of Tuesday, it'll be out for everybody. It's a really cool video. A lot of local Campbellford folks in it, and when we did the video, my buddy Eric brought up some of his personal collection of glassware and stuff for the party. So we set the table. Anyways, we're going to the 18th of September. Pain Free Living comes out on Spotify, Amazon, YouTube for the video, Apple Music, all those things. Please listen to the hell out of it. Share it with your friends. You're going to see a little bit of the beginning and a little bit of the end of the video right now. A little sneak peek. Not the whole thing, of course. And this is the video is going to go in and out of the interview with Eric from Spirit Leaf. Check it out. Here we go. I like to get high. I like to get higher. I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned. I like to get stoneder. I like to get more stoned than I was before. 'Cause I don't have the perfect job I dreamed of, and at times I can take it for a while. And sometimes I take small things for granted, while other times all I can do is smile. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoneder. I like to get... Ladies and gentlemen, we're here today at Spirit Leaf. This is one of the two pot stores in Campbellford. It's become my favorite, mostly because I've become friends with the owners, and this place seems to have everything you need. We have the lovely Zara here, who's in most times when I come by to say hi. And over here is Eric.
What's going on, everyone?
Eric, you are officially the owner of Spirit Leaf?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
is
sir.
it you and your wife running it together?
Yeah, well, she's not here right now, but this is definitely a team effort. Raquel and I, this is something we do together. Although a lot of people know me as the face of the shop, this really is an effort between my wife and me, and then we brought Zara on board as our managers, who's a huge part of what we do here as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And you guys all moved up from, you and your wife and Zara moved up from Toronto, right?
This is true.
How are you both enjoying Campbellford? You liking it?
What's not to love?
You know what? We've been here just over a year, and I can't imagine being anywhere else. This is home now. This is
Very
home.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy to have you here. Let's take a walk around the shop. Now, a lot of people, they've been buying weed for years from dealers, and you pay your however much for a quarter or a dime bag or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm learning that the new government drugs are actually really good. They're grown really well.
Yeah.
You know what's in them.
Yeah.
The prices have come down. It's now comparable to, almost going to some of the reserves. And you're getting a really good product in many different forms. So what are the main things that you sort of, we have edibles, smokables, and then there's all kinds of sort of moderate stuff, which is like the distillates and stuff like that, right?
You know what? One of the really cool things that came out of legalization was the ability for companies and growers to research and innovate and develop all kinds of new products. Cannabis isn't just one thing anymore. It's many different things to many different people. You mentioned government stores, right? You know what? I just gotta correct you there, Ken. Okay, because this is a term that gets thrown around a lot, and understandably so. You know, with legalization, the government is the one in charge of legalizing things. But one thing I will say is, I am an independent operator, and you know, these stores are not run by the government like any other business. You know, we pay our taxes, and we got to do all the things that legitimate businesses do. But that's pretty much the involvement of the government, and other than acting as like a distributor for these companies who are run by passionate weed smokers and growers, just like all of us, you know.
And that's what got you into it? You were a weed smoker and you finally thought, I don't want to work a job, I just want to sell weed.
Pretty much. That, you know, that's the short story. Yeah, like I've loved this stuff, you know, for a long time, ever since I was a young man. And to be in a place where we can open up a business and do this, it's almost like my calling, I would say, at this point, you know, to be able to turn this into something that is, you know, a living for me and my family, and to be able to build a community of like-minded individuals around us who all, you know, have this thing in common, where we all, you know, have been able to benefit and have more joyful lives because of this wonderful plant. You know,
Very good. Yeah, I think it's a wonderful plant too. I'm a big fan of it.
Absolutely.
Why don't you? So I did a little brief walk through the store when I came through. Well, let's go through case by case and sort of itemize what you have and how you're selling it and what people can do.
So like I mentioned earlier, you know, we have, you know, if you look around our store, we have lots of products out. Right? There's one thing that we really wanted people to feel when they came in, is for it to be a feast of the senses. We wanted you to visually really see a lot of really cool things. We wanted the place to smell good. We wanted there to be like nice music on. We wanted you to come in and just really, really have a feast for the senses. And as you can see, we got a lot of stuff on sale, but this is really the tip of the iceberg for what we actually carry. There's no way we could put our entire inventory on display, because we literally have hundreds of products. We had a rep in from the OCS the other day, and they actually informed us of all the stores in the Trent Hills area. We actually have the widest and the biggest selection. So, you know, we take a lot of pride in the range of our products. We have everything from the really budget conscious consumer, all the way up to, you know, people who are looking to treat themselves with more quality and craft products. So we really learned a lot over the past year about what people are looking for and what this community is really looking for in terms of their cannabis products. And we think we've done a really good job in adapting to that, listening to the community. I even go as far as to invite people to let me know if there's something that they're looking for. I'm happy to bring it in, and it's just a matter of me putting it on my order and bringing it in within a couple of weeks. So that's something that, you know, we, as independent operators, we're able to offer our customers, is that type of responsiveness and service. Which is something we really do here. So let's take a look around. You know, we just put up a couple new displays because our inventory is really expanding. We're really getting into accessories now. We're finding this community loves their glass, loves their accessory, loves new and exciting ways to consume. So you'll see we have like
all kinds of bongs.
All kinds of bongs and
you've got some interesting
vaporizers.
sort of vape modules down here too.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely. We have something over here that we call the Happle.
The Happle is fantastic.
Yeah,
that's the hash thing, right? Yeah.
That is it. A lot of people in the community have given us a lot of positive feedback about this thing. You know, it's a really nice way to consume hash if that's something you like. And
you've
we
got
all
some
kinds
more
of fancy
pipes and
bongs. We
resonators.
also have some more, you know, humbly priced bongs too for everyday use as well.
Yeah, as you can see here from these ones here, they're just beautiful. Lots of glassware. And the glassware, you know, you spend a little bit of money on glass, but it does last, right?
It does. It lasts forever.
It's really, really good stuff. Yeah. And of course, we've got your merchandise here if anybody wants a t-shirt or any of that stuff, right?
Yeah, we got Spirit Leaf branded stuff. We also have LP branded stuff from some of our favorite brands.
Very cool.
And one thing I really wanted to point out is, you know, anyone who comes to the store knows that we do a raffle every month. We're huge on giveaways here. We get lots of stuff from companies, and we love passing that stuff on to our customers. So anyone who's been a customer here knows that on any given day, you could come in here and walk out with any kind of swag.
That's totally cool.
We love giving stuff away, and we love having raffles. So every month, we raffle stuff. We love doing fundraisers and raising money for the community. We've been privileged enough to be able to raise a few $1,000s for the hospital in the last few months and other causes. So that's something that is a real priority for us here at the
So
store.
you're totally sort of getting into the community here, eh? The people, you're starting to make relationships with the other businesses and stuff.
We have been fortunate enough to have so many of our customers become friends, and so many people in this community are really doing some really good work and could really use the support of other community members. So when Raquel and I first came here, a big part of a big goal of ours was not just to run a business here, was to be productive and contributing members of this community. You know, in a small community like this that's growing, I think it's a responsibility of business owners to take some of that on and help the community grow.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Let's take a look over here at some of these things here.
So these are our main displays.
This is the main ones, yeah.
Yeah. So here you'll see a lot of our flour and our pre-rolls. We have a lot of bulk options. You know, I think we have more bulk options than a lot of retail stores in the area. And you mentioned, you know, some other sources around here. I would go as far to say that, you know, despite the initial missteps of legalization, regulated cannabis has gotten to a point where it can really, I think, really compete in terms of, or even surpass a lot of unregulated sources in terms of quality and price. And I think that's something that every day when people are coming in, we're having this conversation with people and re-educating them around the nature of what's actually happening on the regulated side right now.
It's
I
interesting,
think
yeah.
perception and you know, tradition, you know, are very powerful things, and when things change, especially, you know, when something is perceived as being done by the government, it kind of brings all kinds of connotations with it.
Yes.
And those are things that discussions we have all the time, and you know, just informing people of, you know, what's going on now.
Well, I'm a heavy smoker, and it's only been recently I've been talking to you, because like when I was in Ottawa when the legalization happened, I was paying $17, $21 a gram for, you know, for stuff that was 19 to 20% THC.
Yeah.
So I was paying, you know, almost, you know, over $50 for 3 grams. And, you know, I used to go to the Reserve and get an ounce for 100. So, you know, it always made sense to go get the cheaper stuff.
Sure, yeah.
But now, like I came in here last week and I bought an ounce for you for, I think it was about $80. And that stuff is fantastic.
Yeah,
so like you
yeah.
actually have good deals on weed too.
We do.
It's not like it was a couple of years
That's
ago.
a great
when it first
example,
happened.
Ken. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up and you know, shared that personal experience, because these are the things that we want people to know about, you know, and things are different now, and some of those old perceptions may not necessarily hold true today. So without getting, you know, too deep into it, I think, you know, anytime I invite anyone watching right now to come on in and just talk to us and ask us questions about what's happening on the regulated side right now, because you might be surprised, pleasantly surprised.
The other thing that I'm finding, a lot of people, like I've known a lot of people who, you know, sort of over the years don't really smoke joints, but they might have a toke at a party at Christmas time or something. And now they're hearing about this. And they're like, well, how does it work? And they talk to me like, what do you do? And I'm like, you could literally whatever you want. I mean, you can come in here and buy an ounce of grass, or you can buy 3 grams of grass.
Or you can buy a couple
buy
gummies.
hash, you can buy some gummies. You can buy drinks. You can buy stuff to be vaped with. You can buy pre-roll joints. I'm a big fan of those little packages of 10, like $20 for a pack of 10 little joints.
People
they
love
look
the
like little
convenience
cigarettes.
of it. Yeah.
And it's something that's a little bit more elegant for somebody who doesn't want to be smoking a big old joint. They have like a little delicate cigarette. So I think that that's appealing to people as well. And then you've got gummies and drinks. How do you find, like, I know that you as a cannabis seller, you know, there are certain limitations on how you can guide people as to what marijuana does for you. For example, if somebody comes in and says, you know, I have a certain type of cancer and I'm in this pain, you can't really make
We don't make medical
recommendations.
claims, stuff like that.
But you can direct people to what different products do, from a hash to a marijuana to a different strain to a distillate, oils, edibles, all those things. And you have all the information on that here, right?
Yeah. We try and, you know, keep on top of all that product knowledge. We try to pass that on and train our new staff, and we have lots of resources. So any staff coming into our store, they go through a curriculum of training where they learn the basics of cannabis and what it means today, but there's also resources where we go deeper with our training. These are conversations we have all the time when company reps come in. They give us a lot of knowledge about specific products and how they're produced. And there's a lot that goes into these products, more than you would think.
Well, you were
which makes
saying
up for a lot, yeah.
even some of the plants, like they're actually grown in suspension, and like the roots are tapped in to be fed proper nutrients and everything.
Absolutely. Some, there's some plants here that aren't even grown in soil.
Right.
But then you do have certain companies where they do everything organically and things are grown in living soil. So these differences become between companies and the processes, ways that they process cannabis. Those are the things that make up for the different price variances and why things are more expensive than others. It's not just about THC, and that's something that a lot of customers kind of gravitate towards as thinking as the marker to how good a certain product is. But as you learn about cannabis, and one thing we talk about a lot with our customers is there's a lot more going on with a product than just its THC content. It's almost like choosing your wine just by its alcohol content, right? Which we know we don't do. There's so many more things going on in terms of flavor, and I would say that cannabis is very similar in that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So we can come in here and get your joints, like these little packages here, these little boxes and stuff. They have little pre-rolled joints.
They come
in
in
them.
endless varieties and formats. We have them from 1 packs to 2 packs to 3 packs, all the way up to 14 and 20 packs.
Nice.
So you
don't even know how to roll.
You don't. Most people these days don't. I
Yeah.
find. I think people of a certain vintage, they have, they do that. But
I'm on the fence. I roll half the time. The other time I'm smoking your pre-rolls.
well, now these days you have an option. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And then we have these fancy drinks over here too. Now this is part of the edible. These are all part of the edible things, I guess. Up here you've got, of course, your distillates and your diamonds and all that.
We have lots of extracts that we keep.
Lots
in the
of
fridge.
extracts,
Yeah.
which is, for those of you who don't know, an extract is a really high concentration THC. You just need to smoke a little tiny bit to get high, right?
Yeah, and to be even more technical, you actually don't smoke these things. You vape them, right?
You vape them, yes.
Yeah, you vape them.
Yeah, correct.
So, yeah.
And then we have drinks here. And the drinks, you have everything from beer to pop here. Is that correct?
Drinks have been huge for us here. There's a lot of stores out there that say they don't sell a lot of drinks, but people in Campbellford love their drinks.
They're tasty.
They taste great. And one thing that we have a lot of customers who are making the move from alcohol.
Yes.
Right? They don't want to, consume a ton of alcohol. They're making the move to cannabis drinks now, and they're finding that it's a really nice alternative, and it's not as much of a price to pay afterwards, right?
Well, I'm drinking a lot less. I know that. I can go
I
out.
think that's the move now.
I can go out and have a few beers over a night, and I smoke joints for my high. So that's and the drinks, I do like them too.
Yeah. The drinks are very popular. Yeah.
Now the price point, $8.95 being the most expensive, and $4.95 being the cheapest. I think you had some little shooters there somewhere that were a couple bucks.
Yeah.
And basically these are all about 10 mils, is that right, or are they vary?
No, they vary. They can be, at the most, they're going to be 10 milligrams THC per drink. Legally, that's the most that they can put in an edible. Now, there are some products out there that kind of skirt around it, and they're pushing the envelope in terms of upping the THC content of a lot of edibles. Personally, I think that's a good thing. I think those options need to be out there for people. There are people looking for stronger edibles, but that's just my opinion.
And 10 milligram edible for somebody who isn't a regular weed user, if they were to drink one of these drinks, they would feel it.
They should, especially if they drink it really fast.
Yeah, because they're made with special sugars and stuff to help absorb, right?
They will definitely hit even a seasoned consumer.
Yeah.
Okay. So, they're good drinks.
Well, this is Spirit Leaf, ladies and gentlemen. It is in Campbellford. It's my favorite spot to be. This is Eric, and you met Zara earlier. She's always around. There's another gentleman here too.
Darian, right? Yeah, we have a bunch of staff, but the the ones that have been around the longest is Zara, who you mentioned. We have Darian, who all our customers know.
Yeah.
He's a local guy who's been with us for over a year now. We have hired a couple more staff. One of them's here today. I'll introduce you to her.
Who's that?
Our newest bud tender.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's your name?
My name's Felicia.
Felicia. New to Spirit Leaf?
Yeah, a month and a half.
There you go.
Here, it's a lovely spot to be.
Are you from Campbellford?
I am. Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. My family and I are just not too far out of town. So.
Excellent. So we've got some locals working here too, so you'll feel comfortable if you come in.
We wanted to make sure that we always wanted to prioritize hiring locals, you know.
I love the fact that you guys have moved to town here to start this business. Like when some of the other ones come, it's sort of a corporate entity, and you never see the owners. You just see the local staff, which is great. But I love the fact that from the owner on down here, it's a local operation. I know Spirit Leaf is a chain, as they call it.
Well, they're a franchise,
franchise,
right? But each one's independently owned and operated, and yeah, we part of the Spirit Leaf brand is really making sure that whatever communities they're in, they do something to make sure that the others around them are thriving too. So
fantastic.
We're not alone in the idea of giving back to our respective communities, and that's something that, like I said earlier, has always been important to Raquel and I, and the team here has really embraced that. So whenever we have, these community-driven initiatives, we all get behind it and make sure that, our customers know about it, and we do what we can. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, it's a beautiful shop here. You've got knowledgeable staff and tons of dope, which is just fantastic, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the point.
So come on by Spirit Leaf when you get a chance. Drop in, say hi to the friendly staff, and get your high on.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you, Aaron.
More stone than I was before. I like to get high. I like to get higher. I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned. I like to get stoneder. I like to get more stoned than I was before.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in to the Whiskey Wednesday show. Every Wednesday we will be here, rain or shine, richer or poorer. Tip jar is in the link above. Never expected but always appreciated. Never confuse the size of your paycheck with the size of your talent. I've got all the money I'll ever need if I die by midnight. Always appreciated, never expected. Please feel free to drop us a line regarding anything, including a link to your money. Cheers.
Yes, folks. We went Shooby-Doo. That's the first time you're hearing the Shooby-Doo, I'm sure. There's the mute. Yeah, we went full on Shooby-Doo. We did it as a joke one night when we were doing backups, and like a year
It wasn't
later.
a joke. You said to G and I, you said, see if you guys can come up with some other derangements.
Well, exactly. And
so-
that was
and
we
didn't-
started laughing, and it was funny.
We thought it was great.
Yeah, well, I did too, but it was kind of great because it was funny.
Well, yeah, and cheesy.
And then we sat on it for a while, and when it came time to do the actual recording, it was like, yeah, that Shooby-Doo's got to be there, and it was great. I debated it. I mean, we did it and we put it in, and then I listened to it with and without and with and without. And actually, the night of the party, I was so nervous because nobody else had heard it except for the four of us: Barry and Allison and Noah,
Right.
Because Noah was mastering it. And I was still really sort of nervous. I'm like, this is so kitschy. The song is kitschy enough already. And then it started playing, and everybody was smiling, and nobody sort of jumped out of their skin and said, oh my God, what are you guys doing? And then sort of by the sort of second and third cake, people started singing along with the Shooby-Doos.
And then finally,
And
Sherry clued into the fact that it was
It
you
wasn't-
and I singing. Oh
That's
my
right.
God, it's you guys!
She thought somebody was just singing along in the crowd. She didn't realize it was in the recording. Anyways, yeah. So the Shooby-Doo thing. Yeah, we went full on cheese there, and there's some seriously cheesy elements in the video, which is just fantastic. And we got a Capers photo there, Barry. We are at Capers this Friday night. It's a 6 to 9. Sort of a patio deal. We will be there. Call for reservations. There's the number because it is going to be slammed. The weather's supposed to be nice this weekend. I hope it's not cold like it was tonight.
It's supposed to be a couple of degrees warmer, which is good.
Okay. Either way, they've got it set up nicely down there with the tent and the patio and the wooden fences and stuff. So It's a beautiful little spot to go see a band on a Friday night. Come out for some dinner and have some drinks. I'll play a song called The End of the World for y'all right now. Goes just like this. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to hear about your new sensation. I don't want to reconnect my old relations. I don't want to hear your frustrations all of the time. It doesn't take a genius to see the season girl. It doesn't take a genius to rule a broken world. It doesn't take a genius to ignore the facts all of the time. There's no sense in asking, is this the end of the world? We'll know it's over when it's done. There's so many ways I pictured in my head, but I never saw this one. Close truths are dangerous, rumors and lies, far from the truth and nobody's surprised. We're all too busy watching Peaky Blinders all of the time. It doesn't hurt sometimes to look inside your door. Sometimes it's okay to clean your dirty floors. Just remember to wash your hands all of the time. There's no sense in asking, is this the end of the world? We'll know it's over when it's done. There's so many ways I pictured in my head, but I never saw this one. Is this the end of the world? We'll know it's over when it's done. There's so many ways I pictured in my head, but I never saw this one. Nicely done. For those of you who haven't tuned in a while, or if you're new, you may notice that there's somebody different behind the kit. Dave is still kind of new to this whole thing. For those of you who have been following, we've had a rough year with our drummer Steve, with his battle with cancer, which he passed away from in the spring, and that was a horrible time. And it maintains to be a horrible piece of news to even talk about, and it still seems kind of surreal to me. At the same time, though, we have been playing music, and Dave lives just down the street, and he's become a new buddy, and he plays drums, so he's been helping us out, which has been great. Well, at Capers tomorrow, we've got our first live show. I don't think you've ever played more than 6 songs at a time, like on a Whiskey Wednesday. And so yeah, that'll be like sort of a good 30 songs.
It's been a long time since any of us have.
It's been a long time since any of us had, I know, but I think you guys can do it. I'm confident.
I'm anticipating my
We've got some Boost energy drinks coming, the liquid
soon.
energy drinks, some of those liquid meal replacements coming for you.
Good idea. How about a chair?
Get some food into you before the before the
Okay.
the show, the big show on the Capers patio.
Infusion, yes indeed, yes indeed.
Yes. No, we are really looking forward to it, though. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And
But it is
anyway,
Friday
so that's
night, not
Dave
tomorrow
who's here.
night.
It's Friday night, not
Yes.
tomorrow night, right? Today is Saturday.
Correct.
So that's Dave over there, and I just wanted to point that out. And if this is your first time again, this is Mr. Ken Grant, right here on my right. He's not on screen yet. He's coming up. Barry is right there. There he is, looking very energetic. And to my left is Neil Lucy,
Howdy.
who you all know. Sorry. Back to the intro. Back to the whole sort of thing here. We're getting close to the last run of the night here with the tunes, folks. September 24th, we have the telethon. Allison has been working on this. Oh my God, we have 10 of the 12 hours already sort of set up. Yeah, this is the live stream here. This was the this was the non-musical guests. Like, we've got artists and actors and concert promoters and TV people, and then this is the prize package as well. We've got Spirit Leaf is donating a prize package, something from Longtooth, and Yorkville and Trainer have, who we work with regularly, have come up and given us this Epiphone. It is the Gibson Epiphone J45. Gets great reviews. It's a really nice guitar. I have played it. It's quite a beautiful piece. So that is the grand prize for the everybody who makes a donation on the telethon day gets entered into the contest for it. So it's kind of cool. I think it's I can't remember. We're working on a numbers system. It's a little confusing. Me and Alison were talking about it. Like if you donate this much, you get this many tickets. If you donate this much, you get this many tickets. But maybe it's just if you donate, you get a ticket, or I don't know. We're still working on that. Either way, we're really looking forward to the telethon. It's been a lot of fun playing it and putting it together. Alison's got me going through all these videos. Wow, you can't believe the difference in what's happened with this show from the audio and the visual point of view. Like from an iPhone open air on a couch to where we are now. It's been great. Thank you to everybody.
I can believe it. I can remember black and white TV, so I can believe it.
Well, there you go. I remember black and white TV.
Do you?
I'm surprised that you remember electricity. I remember no electricity.
Well, I think electricity has always been around, but it kind of became formalized over my lifetime.
The harnessing of electricity.
There we go. Yes, indeed. Thanks to Adam Beck.
See, you're just full of. I couldn't believe it. I asked something last night and you did not know the answer. What was it we were talking about? And I said, "Is there a word for that, Neil?" And he had the weirdest look on his face. I thought he might have had a stroke, and then I realized I just asked him something he didn't know.
Yeah, I think I kind of semi-remember. It had something to do with plants, didn't it?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so. I think.
I know nothing most of the time. I'm used to it. I'm surprised that you're. I want to thank Eric from Spirit Leaf for coming on the show. That's really nice. And also for sending over the treats, as he does every now and again on a Wednesday night when Dave happens to be dropping by before. Him and Dave are fishing buddies, so Eric often sends over a little
Are you saying I'm a know-it-all?
Not in a negative way.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Not like you really don't know it all.
Almost
just
all.
close. So yeah, almost all. No.
You know almost everything.
Dear, yes indeed. Stay in school, kids. You too could be like me.
How we doing on time? We're at perfect. Okay, we're gonna drop $1 a Day on you right now. $1 a Day is one of the new singles. It is out on Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff currently. $1 a Day, you can check it out, please do. It's a great recording, and the video is quite fantastic as well. I must say we did a really good job on ripping off that Dylan thing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I was walking down the road when a stranger passed my way. It was empty in his business eyes. He made no move to step aside. He disregarded me. His brain was bleeding compromise. It would be a rude awakening if I knocked him down and stole away his shoes. There's no place that I'd rather be, and that place is anywhere here but next to you. Well, you work harder with a gun at your back for $1 a day. You'll trade away your years to fight the fears they feed you for $1 a day. Well, I stopped along the way to hear a politician speak. He stood to stand for something. He promised better futures for everyone who took the line and got behind him. He grew ugly and unwise as he lied about the lies and how they made him feel.
your back for $1 a day. You'll trade away your years to fight the fears they feed you for $1 a day. Well, you'll work hard with a gun at your back for $1 a day. You'll trade away your years to fight the fears they feed you for $1 a day.
Little $1 a day there for you all, ladies and gentlemen. On this special juice tonight, it's made of some kind of brain. It's some new smart water. It's like, it's a liquefied, it's not gooey or sloppy like you'd think with brains. It's actually quite refreshing.
So how long have you been drinking this? It's not long enough, obviously.
Just today. It's a new, it's a new university course. I found the website online. It's quite expensive, but you drink the knowledge in the form of this brain juice. I'm currently doing a science course.
Oh, I see.
It's just science, all science.
Yes, indeed.
It doesn't even. It's so powerful.
For some reason, I'm reminded of the products that I sell in my day job.
Right.
Yes.
Bags of crap.
Precisely.
Oh, that science is good. You know what goes good with science? Heartache. 1, 2.
Okay.
1. It broke my heart. It been untrue. I can't bear to spend another minute with you. Cold-hearted girl, you ruined my life. Now I'm moving on. I won't stay to fight. Gonna pack my bags, take all that I can, get far away from you and your new old man. I can't say when, someday soon you'll see I'll be over you as soon as she gets under me. For years I've tried to please. You had me on the go, you had me on your knees. For years I've tried to do you right. Now I'm moving on.
can't say that I'm happy. You treated me so unkind. I can't say when. Someday soon you'll see. I'll be over you as soon as she gets under me. All the friends that I had, things that I loved to do, you crushed all my dreams. Now I'm leaving you. I can't say when. Someday soon you'll see. I'll be over you as soon as she gets under me. I'll be over you as soon as she gets under me. I'll be over you as soon as she gets under me.
Little song called Over You. Now it's told from a male perspective, and yes, it is about sex, but it's about cliches.
I didn't realize that.
It's about cliches. It's not about sex. It's about the cliche. It's about the worst cliche. You broke my heart. You've been untrue. Can't bear to stand another minute with you. These are all just cliches we've heard 1,000 times. But the biggest cliche is that having sex with somebody else will cure your heartache. It's just a lead up of cliches, and it's not a male-female thing, or
Sorry.
it can go any way. So you don't see it?
Never mind.
I'm not saying it doesn't feel good.
No, I'm saying as opposed to having sex with yourself. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you don't need to be in a relationship or out of a relationship for that one, my friend. That's an
All right, I
all-around.
have to go home now. Sorry.
Hey, man, nobody knows you best. Okay. Somebody had mentioned that it is one frost away time, and I think it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of year, and we did have Eric on the show, so let me just do a little. Eric mentioned at one point, what was the word he used?
Cannabis?
Used that
Cannabis.
a few times.
Just
Yeah.
a thought. Yeah.
No, when he was talking about people who don't roll anymore, he referred to us, or people who still. People have a certain vintage, exactly. Hmm.
Up here is Eric.
People of a certain vapage.
People of a certain vintage, exactly. I am a person of that vintage, however, I did pick up this great little vaporizer. See, nobody even knew that. I just had a toke.
Ooh.
Now, if there's laws about smoking online, I did not have a toke. This is an after effect from Adobe.
Oh, good luck getting our video out there.
Yeah, right.
There's a law against it.
Good point. Yeah.
That's not real drugs.
Are we
being
ever in
smoked.
trouble? I guess I missed that part, didn't I?
Back in the day, when people of a certain vintage used to roll, we also used to grow. I didn't so much. I grew in the later years, but when I was in Campbellford, I used to do the Whiskey Wednesday show for 11 years at the pub, that little pub it's now called. It used to be called the Stinkin' Rose, and then it was Church Key Pub and Grindhouse for a while. But Wednesday nights between sets, there was always, at least a half dozen to a dozen people in the alley passing around a joint or two. And there was this one Wednesday in September when I was playing there, and I went out, and there was just one guy in the alley, and there had not many people come out, and everybody I had seen, nobody had any weed. I was like, what's going on? So I was sort of complaining about it, and the guy looked at me and said, well, we're just one frost away. And I didn't know what he was talking about. And he proceeded to explain to me that after, or just before the first frost is when everybody harvests. So, after the first frost, there'll be lots of weed, shortly thereafter, once everybody starts trying and experimenting with their new drugs and wanting to share it with their friends. And I thought, that's fantastic. So I wrote a song about it. Growing is no longer a necessity. It's pretty easy. And something, ask some of your neighbors if you're curious. You'd be surprised who's growing. Most of them have thrown a seed or two in. I have one friend, I'm not going to say where he is, but I was in his yard recently and he brought me out and showed me this Christmas tree size thing right in the middle of his backyard. This massive, it's like 15 feet of nothing all around it. And there's just this massive weed plant. And he said, I came out in the spring. He said, I poked my finger down, I dropped a seed in. He said, I haven't watered it or done anything to it. And so, it's pretty easy to get these days, but.
Grows like a weed.
Grows like a weed. Back in the day, though, it was a hard thing to find.
Legal.
Before it was legal, it was hard to find. Those nights at the pub, when there was no weed, oh, it was a hard time. It's a Wednesday night in September, fall settling in, it's 2013. And I'm here at the Rose with some good friends of mine, chasing laughter, we're living the dream. The night moves ahead, and I'm taking a drink between sets, drinking whiskey and with each line I sing and each shot I down, I try to forget you're not here. And it's all I can do, and it's all in my head that we're trying this time of year. It's all I can do just to sing you to bed with the words from some guy in the alley. Just one frost away, it's been a good year. There's lots of good rain in the ground, days getting shorter. Harvest is near. Harvest is near. Well, Saturday night at the party at Fisher's just over the bridge. It's not hard to find you a good time when no one's got extra to give. So Sunday morning with coffee, a little peace might be harder to find. So I'll sit here and read on my lonesome with only one thing on my mind. It's all I can do, and it's all in my head that we're dry this time of year. It's all I can do just to sing you to bed with the words from some guy in the alley. Just one frost away, it's been a good year. There's lots of good rain in the ground, days getting shorter. Harvest is near. For all that we've lost and for those that pass on, I can take you away from it all. For all that we've lost, I can sing you this song, I can take you away. So Wednesday night in September, fall settling in, it's 2013. I'm here at the Rose with some good friends of mine, chasing laughter, we're living the dream.
just one frost away. It's been a good year. There's lots of good rain in the ground. Days getting shorter. Harvest is near.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was beautiful. That was quite nice. It was quite nice. Thank you again for tuning in. Let me just take a quick look here before we sign off, see if I've missed any pertinent questions or anything. Best four walls in Campbellford about the pub. Of course, Mike Steenberg. Yes, GT. I hope your back is better there, buddy. Tuned in just for the live hoot and stories. Graham Smith. Nice to see you, buddy. Thank you very much for dropping in. Jigs and Reels. Love to see you, buddy. Thank you so much for being so supportive. Jigs and Reels, Newfoundland music radio show. Great things you're doing over there, too. Okay, well, it's time for bed, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. We had a great time. I'm going to check my notes to make sure I'm not in trouble with my wife. She gives me all these notes. I need to make sure that I'm like a kid in school here now. Miss Edwards said, Duran are back on tour. Oh, yeah. Dwayne Gretzky. I've already talked about all this. I haven't missed a thing. See, I'm so on top of it. It's his brain juice. Coming back to the brain juice. So, I finished the whole glass. Look. Oh, little chunks and the little cartilage bits in the bottom. Hearts and Hooves this weekend. Don't forget that. That's on Saturday. We're at Capers on Friday night from 6 to 9.
Yep.
For those of you who are coming to Crowstock, bring a chair and bring a blanket. It'll be a fun night.
For sure, and your own drinks and all the rest of that stuff.
All that stuff,
Lulu is provided.
Absolutely.
As is entertainment. Cash donations to the food bank, please.
There you go, see? What a guy Neil is. Okay, so, folks, thank you again. It's going to be a busy September, the marathon next week. We've got the pre-marathon build-up, and what was the other thing next week, Barry? I know that there's a pre-marathon, and there was... And, the video premiere.
The video, yeah.
Premiere the video next week. Well, you'll see it before then if you're on social media, but we will show you the whole thing, maybe even twice, maybe at the front of the show and the back of the show, just because it's a great new video and we're so excited. We'll play that for you, and we're going to talk to you about the pre-telethon build-up. Still not quite sure what we're doing. Me and Alice are like, oh my God, this is a lot of work to sit there for 12 hours while, 0 people are watching. 0 people are watching. 5 people are watching. Oh, cool. And then you get a bunch of messages going, oh, sorry, didn't mean to be here. It'll be a whole day like that.
I didn't notice any nap time on that schedule.
There's no nap time on that schedle for me. Schedule. I can't even say that.
Oh, schedule. Well, schedule. All depends on where you went to shul.
Okay. Well, we're gonna be like that then. If you're gonna be like anything,
be like Steve.
Be like Steve. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week. Once again, thanks for spending another Wednesday with us here at Storyhouse Studios. Thanks to Trainer, Yorkville, and the Longtooth Beverage Company for being a part of the show. We love our time on the Whiskey Wednesday show and appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to hit up the tip jar if you feel so inclined. Never expected, but always appreciated. Tune in every week for more guests, songs, stories, drinks, and gear talk. And don't forget to visit the website, www.kentizzard.com, to sign up for the Whiskey Wednesday wrap-up. Compiled by Allison, this is a monthly overview with highlights, directories of songs, and so much more. Be kind, be helpful, be happy, be safe. See you next week.
On a Jim Beam cannon.